Hey, what's up, rogues? Evil Rogue here. Today I'm going to bring in you something a little different. Yes, I know we're a game channel, a model channel. Well, we're kind of an everything channel. Anyway, I wanted to bring this to YouTube because I looked myself and I could find nothing. And I mean, guys, I looked for over an hour. So I live in Kansas. It's really cold right now. Trying to do my models in the workshop is insane. Trying to get my paint to dry. I need a lot of space heaters to keep it warm out here. And so I had someone give me this. It was an extra space heater. It didn't work. And, they were like, here, you know what? Take it. If you can get it running, great. If not, great. So anyway, so I took it on. This was a couple years ago. I haven't used it. I just decided, I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and try it. So plugged it in, tried everything. Anyway, all of these have a tip over switch. Every single one. I don't care. The newest model to the oldest model, they have tip over switches. All right. So a lot of people would just replace those, or try to find them. Well, I looked forever for this one. I could not find it. And anyway, it was free to me. So I'm not going to pay $10 to $15 for a switch. All right. So what do we need to do? I was like, let's go ahead and clean it and see what we can find out. So removed all the screws on the side, on the bottom, removed these four things, pulled the face off, pulled the back off, so I can check some things out. All right, well, on this particular model, I'm going to try to keep this short, guys. On this particular model, your tip over switch is attached to your high-low switch right here. All right, so this nut comes off right here. All right, and the switch is behind here. And it's attached by two wires. All right, so you'll have a power and a ground. All right, so go ahead, take this nut off, and it'll just fall out. Disconnect these two wires and bring it out onto the table. Once you have this out onto the table, this is what it'll look like. So this right here in my drawing, excuse the elementary drawing, but I didn't plan on making this video, but I wanted to help somebody else that was looking like me. So this right here is this knob right here. So imagine this like this. Boom. Right there on the table. Okay? All right. So in this all-in-one, all right, you have a high-low switch, you have a tip-over switch, and you also have a thermostat. All right. So all-in-one. We got a 3-in-1 here. All right. So here's what you're going to do before you call this bad. All right. Lay it on the table. You're going to see a plastic piece with a metal weight through it. All right. The weight will swivel back and forth. All right. Let's say it tips over. What's going to happen is this is on an axis. It's going to tip over, and this weight is going to shift, and it's going to spread these little pieces of metal apart. So this is metal, metal, metal. All right. And it's just a thin piece of metal. 3 of them. What it's going to do is it's going to pull these contacts apart, all right, and make it to where there's no way for it to get power, okay? So I was like, well, we'll just go ahead and bypass it. Well, there's no way you can bypass it because you have a power and a ground. You can't just wire those together and go on about your day. And to try to wire all the grounds and all the powers together in this is a huge chore, not worth doing, all right? So I looked a little further, and I seen that this switch, the high-low switch, when you turn it, it sends this little rod out right here. All right, and what it does is it separates or lets it come back in. All right, so let's say you're turning it to high. What that does is it pushes this out and pushes this apart. When you bring it back to low, it brings it back in. All right. So I looked, and these 2 points right here, you call them points, contact points, whatever you want to call them, they were really grody looking. So I was like, let's see what we can do. So I went ahead and I opened these just a little bit without bending them, and I took a file, this little file right here, and I slid it down in there, and I tried to get these points as clean as I could so that they would make a connection. All right. And then I looked, and, I made sure that nothing is missing. This weighted system is really remedial. Like, it's like there's really nothing to it, right? So I'm like, there can't be too much wrong with this. Like, once you see this piece on the bench, you're going to be like, Okay, this piece is like simple as hell. So anyway, so I looked. I'm like, okay. So I tested it with my ohm meter. I tested it with a power light. I was like, okay, so we're getting power. We're good. So I was like, I went ahead and I cleaned these points. And I was like, you know what? We're just going to throw it back together, see if it works. If it does, great. If it doesn't, well, it's going in the trash. So see what happens. So put it back in, and lo and behold, it worked. So definitely make sure you go ahead and pull the switch out. And this, I had no power to this whatsoever. I wasn't getting no power. I wasn't getting no lights. Nothing was happening. All right. So if this switch is malfunctioning, nothing will happen. I don't care what plug-in you have, nothing will happen. Clean these points before you do anything else. Before you replace the switch, clean the points. All right? See if any of this metal is bent out, whatever. Try to clean the switch, clean the points, put it all back together and see what happens, guys. If you have any questions on this, let me know in the comments below. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. This is a BDH 55 Black & Decker. All right, it's an older one. Let me see if I can show you this right here. Hopefully you guys got that. I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it. Evil Rogue signing off. If this helped you, please subscribe, turn the notification bells on, and like the video, guys. I appreciate you very much. We'll catch you on the next one.